Hi everyone. Today's example is about total stresses, and we are given a soil profile below. The first layer is dry sand, and the second layer is clay. So the dry sand has a thickness of 3 meters, while the clay layer has a thickness of 6 meters. We are asked to solve for the total stress, pore water pressure, and effective stresses at several points. So where are these points? This is point A. This is point B, which is located at the center of the dry sand. Point C here, and point D. Yeah, we are asked to determine the total stress, the pore water pressure, and the effective stress at these 4 points. The parameters given for the soil layer are the following. For the dry sand, we are given the specific gravity of 2.65 and a void ratio of 0.5. While for the clay layer, the specific gravity is given to be 2.7 with a void ratio of 0.9. Below the clay layer is an impermeable layer, and the groundwater table here is located 3 meters above the ground surface. So the distance between A and B is 1.5 meters. So based on our formula, to calculate the total stress, we need the unit weight of the soil and the depth or the thickness of the layer. And so the first thing that we need to do is to calculate the unit weight for the dry sand and the clay layer. So let's solve first for the unit weight of the sand. Since it is above the groundwater table, we can solve for the dry unit weight of the sand, which is equal to, we have a formula for this, which is equal to G sub S, or the specific gravity, by the unit weight of water all over 1 plus the void ratio. Following are already given, the GS, the unit weight of water, and the void ratio. So we can directly plug in these values and solve for the unit weight. 0.81 all over 1 plus the void ratio of 0.5. So here we can solve for the dry unit weight of sand, which is equivalent to 17.33 kilonewton per cubic meter. Then below the groundwater table, we have the clay layer. So we need to calculate the saturated unit weight of the clay. There is also a derived formula to calculate the saturated unit weight, which is equivalent to the specific gravity plus E by gamma sub W over 1 plus the void ratio. The substitute values, the specific gravity of clay is 2.7 plus the void ratio is known to be 0.9, multiplied by the unit weight of water all over 1 plus the void ratio is 0.9. So the saturated unit weight of clay can be solved as 18.59 kilonewton per cubic meter. Now we will be solving the total stress, pore water pressure, and effective stress per designated point. So let us start from point A. So let us say at point A, the total stress which is can be denoted as sigma sub A would be equal to, obviously, at this point, we do not have the thickness and that is out at the ground surface. So obviously, there is still no stress at point A. So this is simply equivalent to 0. Similarly, if we want to calculate the pore water pressure, which we denote as small u, at A, there is still no pore water pressure at this point, so this is simply equal to 0 also. Then, with these values, we can say that our effective stress at A, which is denoted as sigma sub A prime, which is equivalent to sigma sub A minus the pore water pressure, or U sub A. Since they are both 0, we can say that the effective stress at A is also equal to 0. So obviously, there is no stress that can be developed at point A. Let's now proceed to point B. The total stress would be equivalent to the unit weight, the dry unit weight of sand, since our soil is sand at that layer, multiplied by the thickness of the sand, which is at point B, that is 1.5 meters. So this is equivalent to 17.33 kilonewton per cubic meter by 1.5 meters, and this becomes 26 kilonewton per square meter. Then we have the pore water pressure. At B, obviously, this portion is still considered dry from A to B. Is still considered dry, and so there is still no pore water pressure. So that would be equal to 0. Then the effective stress, which is sigma sub E prime, is equal to the total stress minus U sub B prime, and that would be 26 minus 0, which is also equal to 26 kilonewton per square meter. Forgot to write here. Yeah. So this is sigma sub B prime. Next we have at point C. This point, let's say that is along the groundwater table. So we want to calculate the total stress at point C, and that would be equal to, we still consider the dry sand at this point, from the ground surface to point C, we have gamma dry of the sand multiplied by the depth, which is equivalent to 3 meters. So that would be equal to, still we have 17.33 times 3 meters. We can get a value of 51.99 kilonewton per square meter. Then the pore water pressure at sea, since there is still no pressure at point C, because we don't consider capillary rise at this point, the pore water pressure at point C would still be equal to 0. So that our effective stress at point C would be total stress minus U sub C, which is 51.99 minus 0, which is also equivalent to 51.99 kilonewton per square meter. So this is our effective stress at sea. Then finally, at D, the total stress would be equal to the stress from the ground surface up to point D. So if we start from the ground surface, we have the unit weight of our dry sand multiplied by 3 meters. Okay, that is the stress from point A to point C, plus this one at point D, this portion is considered submerged, so that the unit weight that we need is the submerged. We have the saturated unit clay, which is 18.59, and submerged unit weight is equivalent to the saturated unit weight minus the unit weight of water. So here we have the saturated unit weight of clay minus the unit weight of water. It has to be multiplied by minus the unit weight of water. It has to be multiplied by the thickness, which is 6 meters. Okay, then sigma sub D is, we have 17.33 times 3 meters plus the saturated unit weight, which is 18.59 minus the unit weight of water, which is 9.81 multiplied by 6. So remember that the soil below the groundwater table should always be considered submerged, and the formula to use is this one. Or if you can calculate right away the submerged unit weight using the formula that we've learned from the weight-volume relationship, we could also do that. Hence, after calculating, we can get the effective stress or the total stress at point D, which is equivalent to 163.53 kilonewton per square meter. Then we have the pore pressure at point D. This time we have the pressure coming from the water below the groundwater table. So we have here a water pressure from this point to this point, which has a distance of 6 also. So to calculate the pore pressure, this is equivalent to the unit weight of water multiplied by 6 meters. And that would be 9.81 multiplied by 6. So that the pore pressure at D is equal to 58.86 kilonewton per square meter. Finally, to calculate the effective stress at point D, this is equal to the total minus the pore pressure. So we have 163.53 minus 58.86. And the effective stress at point D is equal to 104.67 kilonewton per square meter.